Coming up next on Arizona Horizon, Congresswoman-elect Adelita Grijalva joins us as she continues to wait to be sworn into office. Also tonight, we'll hear about the Arizona Burn Foundation's wellness program for burn survivors and their families. And a new documentary explores the Colorado River and the American Southwest through an indigenous storyline. Those stories and more next on Arizona Horizon.
Arizona Horizon is made possible by contributions from the Friends of Arizona PBS, members of your public television station.
Good evening and welcome to Arizona Horizon. I'm Ted Simons. Adelita Grijalva recently won a special election for Arizona's 7th Congressional District. She will succeed her late father, Raul Grijalva. But the question is, when will the Congresswoman-elect be formally sworn into office? It's been 2 weeks since the election, and she's still waiting. Joining us now is Congresswoman-elect Adelita Grijalva. Good to see you again. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and first of all, where are you right now?
I'm here in District.
Okay, so you're in Tucson.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, and we're going to get to that in a second. But first of all, what are you hearing regarding getting sworn in?
Nothing at all directly. So some of the frustration has been that there has been no direct communication from Speaker Johnson's office and myself. And that has been very frustrating because, you know, we have a precedent here that this speaker has sworn people in during a pro forma session, April 2nd, with 2 Republican representatives, Petronas and Fine. They were sworn in less than 24 hours from the date of their election. And then Representative Walkinshaw from Virginia, a Democrat, also sworn in less than 24 hours after his election. And that the Congress was in session. But you know, this idea that we need to be in session or we can't have a shutdown in order to swear me in is completely inaccurate because this speaker has done both. And then in 2019, a whole freshman class was sworn in during a shutdown.
The speaker has said that he will swear you in when the House returns to session. And he says the House won't return to session while there is a shutdown. How do you respond to that?
Where are the Republican House members working? Where are they working? Right now, they seem to be on vacation when Democrats are in DC ready to get to work to negotiate an end to the shutdown. Every day we are shut down, families are harmed. You know, our economy is going to suffer. Just the last time we were in a significant shutdown, the hit to our economy was $11 billion. And that, you know, with inflation, it will be higher. And we just continue to hurt people by not going to work.
I want to get to the shutdown as well in a second here, but as far as the speaker is concerned, he says new members will take their sworn into office only when the House is fully meeting, and that is standard practice.
But not for this speaker who on April 1st, 2 members were voted in, and on April 2nd, on a pro forma session, were sworn in. Like, the hypocrisy and the changing of the rules is very interesting to me. You know, we have a precedent with this speaker this year that 3 other members elected in specials were sworn in under 24 hours from the time of their election. And here I am 2 weeks later. This Chicana from Arizona, apparently the rules are all different for me.
Well, but again, I just want to make sure we get clear his point. His point is Congress is not in session. There is a government shutdown right now, which didn't exist. Government shutdown didn't exist during those other swearing-in ceremonies. Does he have a point there?
But no, he does not, because we did have a shutdown from 2018 to 2019, and an entire freshman class was sworn in during a shutdown. And so a pro forma session, Congress can call me to be there tomorrow, call a pro forma session, and I can be there tomorrow and be sworn in. There's no restrictions there.
So what do you think is happening here? Because there's a lot of speculation that you are the deciding vote as to getting a vote on releasing the Epstein file. Is that what you think is going on here?
You know, I really try not to be part of the conspiracy theorist sort of idea that this all has to do with the Epstein files. But respectfully, there is nothing different from me getting sworn in than my 3 will-be colleagues eventually getting sworn in earlier this year. even earlier this month. So the Epstein files is the only outstanding issue, in my opinion. And unless we want to go with the obvious that I'm a woman of color, which which excuse does Speaker Johnson want to throw in?
Well, and I want to ask, if you say you're in Tucson here, how much access do you have at the Capitol? What is there for you, if anything?
So last week the Democratic caucus had a meeting. So we had a caucus, we all got together, every Democrat in the House was there, ready to work. We did a press conference. I have to be escorted in everywhere because I don't have any kind of legal reason to be in the House, especially now that the House or that the government is shut down. So my nameplate is on the office that I'm going to occupy, but I don't have keys and I can't get in. And when I was walking in with other members of Congress from the base of the Capitol down the stairs, I was stopped at security and had to be escorted in by very kind and very accommodating staff members from other congressional offices because I don't have staff and I don't have standing there.
So you don't have staff right now. Do you have a makeshift office, makeshift staff? Nothing.
We are at our headquarters the election just ended. So we're in a smaller space here at the headquarters, and that's sort of been our base for right now because my dad had offices throughout CD7 and office hours. And what historically has I know is that more people ask for services during these federal shutdowns because working families cannot go without a check. So there are a lot of questions that need to be answered, a lot of assistance. And right now, anyone who's reaching out to us directly is getting a voicemail from my dad, which is very sweet. But, the office is completely closed, no computers, no cell phone, no staff at all.
Okay, and again, the Speaker of the House says this will all be fixed once, his quote is, Chuck Schumer allows us to reopen the government. For those who say this, and then the argument can be made, Democrats are the one here who want these health insurance, they don't want the health insurance premiums to skyrocket at the end of the year. We understand that, but Democrats are also responsible, it is argued, for the closing down of the government. How do you respond to that?
Democrats are the minority. The Republicans have the White House, the Senate, and the House of Representatives. So this is a Republican shutdown. This is not a Democrat shutdown. And when Speaker Johnson says the House did their job, they basically put forward a continuing resolution that had no input from Democrats at all. And then shoved it into the Senate and saying, now you pass this, and until you pass this, we're not coming back to work. This is not a true effort to really try to address the concern that an overwhelming number of Americans want us to address, which is protecting the ACA subsidies and keeping people insured, keeping rural hospitals open. Those are all important factors that, Speaker Johnson says, well, we can work on that later. We don't trust a handshake. Democrats need actual law in the books because otherwise everything else can be rolled back, and we've seen that done with this administration. So
when it is argued that Democrats should just go ahead, reopen the government and charge ahead with this idea of insurance and subsidies in the rural hospitals, the whole 9 yards here, these are all issues and they are all important and they all need to be considered, but they can't be considered when the government is shut down. Does it make sense to keep the government shut down, or are you just saying you can't trust them once you get back in session?
No. What we need to do is we need to be able to codify it into law. That's what needs to happen. And so Congress, we're exempt. Members of Congress are going to get paid whether they show up to work at the Capitol or not. And so we are exempt. So it doesn't matter whether the government is shut down. Look at the Senate. The Senate is still working and having hearings. Congress isn't. So the House isn't. So we need to do our job. And when we can't do our job if we're not present, which is why Democrats continue to have a presence on the Hill. And look at the social media posts from so many of my colleagues. There is not a Republican around.
Last question, and real quickly here. Obviously, you're familiar with the workings of Congress through your dad. I'm sure he had some stories to tell around the table. But this is your first exposure now to what will be your career in Washington. What are your thoughts? It sounds like everything is broken back there.
There is some serious dysfunction, that's for sure. There are a lot of things that need to be fixed, in my opinion. And, this administration is not helping to correct any of those. They're actually exacerbating so many of the issues that people point to: the inefficiencies, the insecurity, the lack of transparency. This administration is ushering that forward.
All right, Congresswoman-elect Adelita Grijalva, it's good to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us. And next time we speak, maybe we'll speak to you from D.C., huh?
That would be great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Next time on Father Brown, when Mrs. McCarthy's goddaughter goes missing, the trail leads to a burlesque club. But when a dancer is murdered, Father Brown needs some undercover help.
I'm Pepper Seymour. I think it suits me.
Father Brown.
Saturday night at 7 on Arizona PBS.
I'm Chef Mark Tarbell. Welcome to Check Please Arizona, the show where Arizona residents recommend their favorite restaurants.
Thursday night at 7 on Arizona PBS.
Hey, I'm JR, and on this season of Trail Mix, I'm going to take you around, under, and through Arizona. Join me in my quest to see the best trails that Arizona has to offer, from the iconic spots to the hidden gems.
Thursday night at 7:30 on Arizona PBS.
The Arizona Burn Foundation's Thrive program provides resources to burn survivors and their families. Those services include emotional and peer support, all in a safe and encouraging environment. To learn more, we welcome Rex Albright. He's the Arizona Burn Foundation's CEO. Welcome to Arizona Horizon. Good to have you here.
Oh, thank you, Ted, for the invitation. This is great.
All right, let's talk about the Arizona Burn Foundation, what it is, what its mission is, the whole shebang.
Well, the Arizona Burn Foundation was founded in 1967 by the first burn surgeon in Arizona. And what he knew with the medical technologies moving forward, that he's going to be able to save more people with more severe burns and trauma. But what he also recognized was there's going to be an emotional support that's necessary once they leave the hospital, including the families. So he created our foundation outside the hospital systems to be that emotional support program for them, to see what they're going to need, how we can reintegrate them into the communities they come from.
So it's basically continued care for burn survivors and their families.
Correct. We call it a continuum of care model. So we're there at the moment of crisis to understand kind of what the trauma was, and then how do we move them forward to the next step, which is recovery. How do we get them understanding physically and emotionally where they're at? And then, of course, then we always want to go to thriving, where they get out in the community and just live the life they're meant to live without having that burn stigma.
And and also having a supportive environment where they feel safe, where they feel empowered.
Correct, because we want them to be understanding that you are still a person, regardless of what happened to you. So putting them in an environment that's open and accepting of that with other folks like them. So whether it's children or adults working together to work on each other, to talk about, hey, it's just okay. We're not anything special. We're just people living our lives.
Is it tough sometimes for some of these folks to get beyond this idea, this identity of a burn survivor?
Correct. And with the image, we have a popular image culture right now where people need to look and feel the same, or they want to emulate what they see on the televisions, and you don't see positive role models that are burn survivors, or you don't see activities that include people with scarring of any sort. So when someone is in that culture and that mindset of what it is online and they see it on televisions, they start to feel less than and inadequate. So we want to make sure that they still see themselves as a positive image of themselves emotionally.
And the Thrive program does just that. It helps people thrive.
Correct. And with our partnership with Mercy Cares this year with a $125,000 grant to improve those services and to expand those services, we're able to get more children and more adults in these programs to come together, share community, and do activities that they might be unwilling to do in public settings without the supportive nature of the Burn Foundation.
Okay, let's talk about the leadership training program for burn survivors. I think age 16 to 20, and these are folks that were at Camp Courage. First of all, what's Camp Courage? What is that all about?
Well, Camp Courage was our first camp that we started in 1991, so we're in our 34th year coming out, and what that did was to bring 6 to 19-year-olds together to just have fun in the mountains. So we go up to now in Prescott, Arizona. We bring the kids up with 100 volunteers to support them, and here's some video of that. So this talks about wanting to get them out in the community, enjoy nature, do activities, swimming and hiking and rope climbing, and just build confidence. And with that program, as a survivor comes into that, whatever age group they come into it, after some time they're being there, when they hit 16, we want to teach them to give back to the younger kids. So if you're 16 and burned and gone through camp, you got some confidence, well, let's teach you how to give that back to the younger kids that are burn survivors.
You're learning leadership.
Yeah, and mentorship. And then we also take that to the next level about what to do when you leave camp. Now, you're leaving the protective environment as an 18, 19-year-old. You're going out in the real world during your next iteration. What does that look like to you, and how do you prepare yourself?
And if you're going out into the real world and you want an education, community colleges, four-year universities, tech schools, all helped here with scholarships?
Yes, we have the McDonald Wood Scholarship, which we open up to our burn survivor community. So when they start looking at the next career opportunity, do you want to continue education after high school? Do you want to go into a vocation? We're here to support you. If you want to go to a 4-year degree program, we're here to support you. Because we want to make sure that they know that they're seen and they're heard and they have the same opportunities as anybody else in the world.
I know social gatherings are also a part of the Thrive program. I mean, going to D-backs games and these sorts of things.
Well, the social gatherings is one of the best things that we could do because it gets people who say, you know what, I don't know if I can go to a game. I don't know if I feel comfortable going to a restaurant with big groups of people. You bring other burn survivors and friends they've met throughout the process, either at camps or retreats. They get together and they just enjoy company. Next thing you know, they're just enjoying a baseball game and they don't even remember they're a burn survivor. They just remember they were meeting new people and having fun.
Holiday picnics and parties and these sorts of things included as well.
Yes, we love to do events. We're a very big, heavy group about, hey, let's get outside and just have a good time and then get people together.
What do you hear from some of the kids, some of the families? What kind of responses are you getting?
Well, we get very positive responses, and some of the programming that we've created in the last 5 years has been in response to folks who go to a camp or retreat, and they say, the best time I have is when I get ready to go to your camp or retreat. Kind of my disappointing is when I have to go home and I have to wait. So we started these social activities really to bridge the gap. So our opportunities to make an impact are 12 months a year now, and our opportunities to actually share those stories are getting more impacted. We love for people to get on azburn.org or one of our social media sites and read the stories and see the kids or see the activities and just really understand from their eyes what the impact is when people are accepted for who they are and not what they think they are.
azburn.org?
Correct.
All right, last question. This is for you. This has got to be awfully rewarding. You must sleep well at night.
I have a great time. This is the best opportunity for me to make an impact in my life. My family story, I have a burn story in my past, and it's just something that's in full circle for me. So I understand what it's like to be in a family that has somebody who's different and then having to answer questions about why does this family member look this way or act that way. So this is really good for me to be able to walk into stories of other families and say, it's going to be okay, watch this process work.
Well, continued success. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Again, Rex Albright, Arizona Burn Foundation CEO. Thanks again.
Thank you very much for the topic.
I'm Jeff Bennett. Tonight on the NewsHour, how one man whose family was taken hostage by Hamas 2 years ago is viewing the current moment in Israel. That's at 6 on Arizona PBS.
A new film titled The American Southwest focuses on the Colorado River in a journey told through an indigenous point of view. The documentary highlights the region's wildlife and environmental treasures, while at the same time calling for better management of the river. Ryan Olinger is the film's producer and director of photography. He joins us now from Tucson. Coming up from Tucson, thank you for the trip. We appreciate it.
No worries.
Yeah.
No worries.
Hey, The American Southwest. It seems like it's a cinematic travel log, but there's more going on here, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's a beautiful visual journey down the entire Colorado River from the headwaters to where this river used to reach the Gulf of California. And every year we hear about the Colorado River crisis, and as a wildlife biologist turned wildlife filmmaker, I wanted to gain a better understanding of what that actually means. So we set out to make this film through the lens of wildlife, and that is my background, it helps. And so we have 7 wildlife scenes, from elk to salmon flies to jaguars, and it's told through an indigenous voice, narrated by Quanah Chasing Horse, which is the first blue chip nature documentary ever narrated by an indigenous person in the U.S. So we're super proud of it. It's entertaining and educational.
How does the indigenous voice change what we see and what we hear?
I think it provides a level of respect that we need to make when we're talking about this region in the Southwest. You know, we're not the first people here, me included. And we're seeing some of the footage here now. But the indigenous voice is powerful, and it's something that needs to be heard. And it's a different way of telling a story that's not your classic, you know, David Attenborough narration or something like that.
Sure.
And it's a female voice, which is powerful, and that's how we see the river.
And the impact of dams, the impact of water overuse, all addressed here?
Yes, we have 4 hydrology sections throughout the film, and they highlight not only the history of the river, but how we got there, how we are here today, and how we're dealing with water as we move forward. Dams are an issue, agriculture is an issue, development's an issue, and we try and shed light on all of those without pointing a finger directly at anyone in particular.
What were some of the, that's a beautiful shot of that condor. What are some of the challenges, though? Shooting nature, it has to be very challenging in a variety of ways. What did you run into?
Yes, making wildlife documentaries is extremely difficult. We don't have the privilege of saying action, or in your business, you know, let's cut to a commercial.
Yes.
So we always have to be on and ready to go. And a lot of that comes down to proper preparation, as well as working with the right folks, with researchers, with scientists, with nonprofits. And we've been super fortunate to work with so many different organizations in the making of this film. And they provide an insight and a level of knowledge that we just don't have as storytellers all the time. And so if it wasn't for the organizations that we collaborated with in making this film, we wouldn't have gotten the beautiful images that we were able to capture.
Were you on the road to something with one scene or one section and then had the research tell you, not so fast?
Not so much. We were actually pretty close at nailing every story that we set out to get, which is also a bit unusual in wildlife filmmaking. But I think that's because, again, of the organizations that we worked with, as well as just the amount of pre-production that we put into the stories like this.
And again, it's all wildlife. It's all narration. Was there any thought at all of just getting some scientist up there talking and changing the? I mean, was there any thought, or was this your goal from the beginning?
Yeah, our goal was to have a strong female voice lead this story. All too often, that hasn't been the case for wildlife documentaries. And Quanah Chasing Horse did an amazing job on the narration. And that's important to us, is being able to deliver that message in a powerful way.
Yeah. Did the film, I talk about when you started and your goals and the mission for the film and all that kind of stuff. Everyone's got an idea until, you know, you start rolling and something doesn't work right. But did this wind up as you envisioned?
I would say I think it wound up better than we envisioned. We really gave it our all. I mean, this film took 3 years of filming and a full 1.5 years of editing to come together. And it's been running in theaters. We were in 78 theaters across the Southwest, and we're getting ready to start streaming on this Friday, October 10th. And the impact that we've already seen from it and the feedback we've gotten from people has been so incredible and inspiring. And that's the beauty of powerful storytelling. And so we're super thankful to be a part of that.
When people are leaving the theater, when people are done streaming it, what do you want them to think about? What do you want the reaction to be?
Yeah, personally, as a wildlife biologist, I want people to think twice about the Colorado River. It's not just what we extract from the river, but there's multiple ecosystems that river flows through. I want people to, fall in love with our backyard and the incredible species that we share our home with, and to know that we need to be better stewards of this land. And when we think of the Colorado River and we think of the Colorado River crisis, we need to think about all people, all species, and all of the regions together.
Do you think that this will have any impact whatsoever on the Colorado River Compact? It's got to be done by next year.
Yeah.
We've done so many segments on this program about Colorado River, how it's overused, how the states aren't getting along as far as how best to conserve and manage. Do you think this might make a difference in any way, shape, or form?
I think so. I'm ignorantly optimistic all the time. Because when you can tell a powerful story that's entertaining about such a big issue to the general public, they will speak up more about that issue and let the policymakers and representatives know that, hey, this is something that we need to change. We've been mismanaging this river for too long. And a film like this helps provide the general public with an understanding of the complexities, how we got here and where we're headed. And we need to be better stewards for this to for us to be able to be more sustainable here.
For those who want more information on this, maybe how to stream it, where theaters, where do we get it?
So this Friday, October 10th, it'll be streaming on all the platforms that you know and love, such as Apple TV, Amazon Prime, Google Play, Fandango at Home. The list goes on. The best way is to head to the AmericanSouthwest.film. You'll see where you can watch the film, or head to your nearest streaming platform and type in the American Southwest.
Very good, very good. All right, Ryan, real quickly before you go, are you working on another film yet? Are you doing anything else? Or is
I'm always working on something.
Okay, I was going to say.
Hopefully we're going to be working, the next thing will be on some more issues related to Arizona in particular.
Very good, very good. And I hope that this film inspires that and helps you move that project along. Thank you so much for sharing this. This is beautiful, beautiful stuff. You should be proud. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And that is it for now. I'm Ted Simons. Thank you so much for joining us. You have a great evening.